So making a Spider-Man jacket is kind of a rite of passage in the Spider-Man cosplay community. So after I made my Spider-Man suit and my Arachno-Man suit, I had to get my grubby little hands in there and do my own little thing and make my own video, and here it is. Most people use sweaters and make a sweater suit out of it. This is only really the jacket, but really, I mean, you just pair it with some blue pants and some shoes, some gloves. Not these ones, before you write your angry comments. I know red gloves don't go with this. I just wanted to wear gloves. Damn. Get off my back. But yeah, most people also go for the classic Spider-Man design. And while, of course, I love the classic Spider-Man design, I wanted to do something different while keeping to the spirit of the classic Spider-Man design. So, House of M. It's like the normal Spider-Man suit, except the layout is a giant spider logo that's going across the entire body of the suit. I almost said the jacket, of my jacket, but of the suit, the classic suit. Not the classic suit, but oh my god. The original version of the House of M suit. Okay. Knowing about House of M Spider-Man isn't super important for this video, but if you don't know about him, what makes him different is his bald. That's why he was burned at the stake. Alright, for this take on the House of M Spider-Man suit for my jacket is pretty faithful, as I wanted to do a fairly accurate representation. The only thing, there's two things that aren't there. One, on the arms, on the original, it kind of curves off after this part and goes and spirals kind of down the forearm. I thought it was kind of weird looking, so I just made it a straight leg, straight spike, straight down the arm. I think it just looks nicer, cleaner. And then I didn't make the spider legs of the back logo wrap around to the front. That's because this jacket has a pocket here, and it would have cut into it, and it would have looked a little choppy. I still can add it later, and I might, because I kind of miss it. Like, the front looks just a little bit bare without him. But yeah, let's get into the making of, starting with the materials. I got the blue jacket, I got the red t-shirt, specifically a thin, breathable, athletic t-shirt, fabric scissors, fabric pins, fabric marker, fabric glue, Gorilla Glue, a roll of paper, sewing needles, and red thread. Alright, the first step, very simple. I laid out my jacket on top of one of the large sheets of paper. I traced the silhouette of the jacket so I knew the size and the proportions, and then I took it off and I started making the House of M Spider-Man design. I ended up drawing it way too big, so after I laid my jacket down on it, I saw it was way too big. I then made a smaller version, then I folded it in half, and I took the half that looked the best and basically mirrored it so that I would have a nice, pretty symmetrical design. I cut that template out, did the same thing for the back, exact same process, redone, and the back was done. Then I used the templates to trace onto the actual red shirt, and then I cut off all the excess fabric, as well as drawing on all the webs. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually pretty fucking embarrassed. I drew the webs upside down. I didn't have a reference pulled up because I was using my phone to record. But honestly, I shouldn't have needed one. Come on, under instead of over on the webbing? Like, I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't notice, but I know. And it hurts a little bit. Still came together great, so I can't really complain. But it's just a little thing in the back of my mind where I'm like, really? How could you not know? Are you a fake fan? Then I slip on the shirt right over the top of the jacket. That's where things start to really come together. It's starting to really look like the final product is, you can see it, in your mind's eye. So the next part was to cut up the short sleeves and then add on those excess that I just cut off to be the ends of the shoulder spikes. You shape them up with the scissors and stick them right on. I attached them with the fabric glue, and then I had my spikes. Then I used some of the excess fabric from the red that I cut off, and I used it to make the neck piece. After that, I pinned everything down, and I used the fabric glue to glue the collar down as a test to see how well it was going to work, because the blue fabric is kind of this like teddy bear, I don't know exactly what to call it, but it's like the balls of fluff that are just like bunched up. You know what I mean? I mean, you can see it, obviously. You know what I'm talking about. And it just did not take to the glue well at all. So I had to make a very tough call, and I hand sewed the entirety of it. Note that if you want to do this, as long as you pick a better material, you 100% can fabric glue this entire thing and not have to sew or know how to sew at all. Me, I was not so fortunate with the fabrics of the items I chose. So I hand sewed all of it on, including my cat Ren, my beautiful baby, but she bit off one of the mandible, or one of the cheek. No, fuck, I'm such a fake Spider-Man fan. What are the front mandibles? Oh my god, PSM has taught me nothing. What the fuck are they called? Well, my phone's recording, so I'm not going to be able to look it up. So I'm just sorry. I guess I'll put it up here. The more you know. But I had to cut out more fabric and then fix it, fabric glue it on, and then sew it on. Oh my gosh, that almost made me want to give up when that happened. The neck part was kind of half-assed, so I fixed that up, and after that was done, I finished up the webbing on the collar of the jacket. I just remembered this. I'm such a fucking chud for not remembering to mention this. I also used the fabric glue to test right here on the zipper, and it worked kind of at the bottom, but then it just wouldn't hold at the top for some reason. So I ended up using Gorilla Glue. That's where the Gorilla Glue comes in. And I just used very small amounts of Gorilla Glue so that it didn't bleed through the red. And then I kind of just, wrapped it around the zipper part. And there we go. That was it. I was done. I already recorded myself kind of modeling it off, which I imagine, well, actually, I already did a green screen for that, so it wouldn't be in the background. I guess it'd be right here. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Ain't that just the coolest jacket you ever seen? I wish I owned that jacket. If I owned that jacket, I'd get hella bitches. Yep. That jacket is the best one I've seen. This is just the best thing I've seen in general. It's just perfect. Why don't you look at this jacket and tell me that it's not? And look at this guy. Look at what he's doing. God, he's hot. Wow. You're telling me this guy made this? Kind of talented, don't you think? Man, if I saw someone make that, I'd probably subscribe to their YouTube channel. If this video gets 100,000 views, I will go bald like House of M Spider-Man. And I'll be burned at the stake.